Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. I'm in my black turtleneck because we have some important stuff to talk about, okay? We're going to be talking about the mother who was found deceased after a phone call from 911 saying her ex is trying to kill her. And they did just find her body, I do know this. I heard about this case before. I saw it on here. My sister actually sent me an article, and then I saw it was on Line Crime, the website, and I saw they did a video. I was like, oh my god, it's so sad. She was so beautiful. Did not deserve this. There has been a wave of like murders by their exes, and I don't know what is that about? What is like the vengeance about? And I wonder if they're gonna be able to say anything. It's so weird. So we're just gonna jump right into it. Let's get into it.
A South Carolina mother of two calls 911 for help to escape an abusive ex. Then she disappears. Now, months later, her remains are found in a wooded area, as officials confirm she was shot in the head. Jamila Smith was reported missing in early December by her family. Her family reports Jamila was in an argument with her ex-boyfriend, 33-year-old Daniel Gabriel Harmon, while driving back from Columbia, South Carolina. According to the Aiken County Sheriff's Office Dispatch Center, they received a call shortly before 9 p.m. on the evening of December 2nd. Jamila reportedly called 911 saying her ex-boyfriend came to her home and she was trying to get away from him. According to reports, the dispatcher who took the phone call said she sounded out of breath and also reported hearing an engine revved. Jamila said the words "you hit me" and told the man to leave her alone. Then the phone appeared to drop, but a man's voice could be heard telling her to get in the car so he could take her to the emergency room. Jamila reportedly continued to scream, saying, "Don't touch me, please, and you hit me." Officials wouldn't find her body until 5 months later in May of this year, as her body was found discarded in a wooded area in Aiken, South Carolina. Jamila's ex-boyfriend, Daniel Harmon, was arrested on December 5th after officials allegedly found him under the influence in North Augusta. According to the Aiken Standard, Harmon was in a standoff with police after they tried to serve a warrant charging him with second-degree domestic violence. The warrant alleged Harmon strangled Jamila in November with a child present. And that wasn't the only instance of previous domestic violence. Jamila's family told USA Today she had a history of calling authorities on her ex-boyfriend due to domestic violence, including 3 times last year in July, August, and November.
Well, reading stories just seems like a tragic story that we've often seen a lot of cycles.
That was already a lot. It's just abuse victims is so sad that I feel like the justice system can't do much for them because they don't want to. Like, there should be no way that if there's this many allegations and this many like his past and all like this stuff, the family got in like evidence on this stuff, there is like noted, is like there should be some kind of protection from them. But the crazy thing is that even if they do all this, these people, like the people who are committing these, like the abusers, they don't care. They do anything to get close to these women and men who be abused by women, or men who are abused by just their partners in general. It's just, I don't understand what's that about. I never understood like how somebody can hit somebody and like continue to hit them and like just like ruin them mentally and physically. I never understood that. What is that about? The power? Like, men are stronger than women. Why would you hit a woman? And if that's true about him, if it's like proven that he strangled her while she was near her child and killed her, it's just crazy that it ended like that. It's like a lot of people need to go get help before like this stuff happens. I don't know what's these urges, or they be mad. She said like they said you have anger issues. You need to go work on that. I just don't understand how dudes can like get like let me just say partners in general, but it just comes to my dudes because of the situation. Just somebody partner can hit them and like go about their day and come home, talk to them like it's normal, then hit them again. Just, I don't understand that.
Domestic abuse, and you have a woman in this case who's trying to break away from it, and unfortunately she lost her life. And I think it's just a tragic situation as a whole.
I spoke with South Carolina-based criminal defense attorney Tyler Bailey, who explained Jamila's last moments must have been filled with terror.
I don't know all the details on the extent of the relationship. I do know that there was that call that happened previously. There was a history between the two. And then you have the call actually from her again in this tragic situation where she lost her life, but a day before, I believe, when she went missing, that she called. And there you could hear her audibly say, I want to jump ahead, that she mentioned, you hit me. And so it's one of those things where law enforcement likely was already aware of their problems. sounds like it was a violent altercation that happened where he hit her with his car. At first, that's what it sounds like. Maybe that he first hit her with the car. The investigators in their affidavit mentioned hearing an engine rev, and then she says, stay away from me or something of that sort. And now that we learn from the autopsy that her death was ruled by a gunshot to the head, sounds like he may have hit her, put her in a vehicle, and then drove her somewhere and shot and killed her, which is just tragic. And when you think about it, what she was experiencing, the pain and likely fear of what was next prior to her losing her life. So, my thoughts really go out to her family and friends who have learned about this and just thinking about what she experienced in her last waking moments.
Jamila's ex-boyfriend, Daniel Harmon, was
Yo, I be thinking about that. When I be hearing about all these crimes that are committed, the people like the gruesome way they get killed, I be like, what do they think about like right before they die? That's so sad, and it's dark to think about. I don't recommend it, but it's like, why? It's just. Why did it have to happen? Like, she had a daughter. Like, he did not care. Was that his child? Like, and obviously it's obviously him. They all knew that it was him. At first I was like, when they said hit, I was thinking that like he like punched her. I forgot that they said she was hit by a car. So hit her with a car, then like strangled her and probably shot her in the head. That's so sad. I always say somebody gets shot in the head is personal, and I don't know what's his reason for doing that, and like why did you have to take this woman's life like away from her daughter? Anybody who committed a heinous crime deserved to be put away. If it's not self-defense, they deserve to be put away forever.
later charged in late December on charges including kidnapping and murder. Jamila's 911 call plus evidence, including blood allegedly found in the trunk of Harmon's 2023 black Dodge Charger, would lead investigators to Harmon. Earlier, officials believed Harmon hit her with a car. And this week, after Jamila's remains were found, the medical examiner confirmed she died from a gunshot wound to the head. Jamila's mother previously spoke to USA Today, telling the outlet for 2 years there have been several 911 calls from her daughter about Harmon. After her disappearance in December, Jamila's mother saw she had emailed someone at the Aiken County Sheriff's Office on November 11th, just 2 days after calling authorities. However, her email went unanswered. The sheriff's office said the email sent contained 2 photos related to a domestic violence case against Harmon. And once Jamila sent the email, the deputy obtained a warrant for second-degree domestic violence. But Jamila's mother previously said she felt like police failed her.
Understanding Jamila was a survivor of domestic violence, right? She was in a bad situation. And I do understand why they feel like the authorities failed her, whether it was from that first call that happened and not possibly jumping on it sooner, or if it's prior incidents of maybe, I don't know if there's any restraining orders that were issued, orders of protection, why this cycle couldn't have been broken. I did do some research. I read about one incident where she lost her phone because he threw it out the window. Then she retrieved it, but went back there. I think that goes to the cycle. I believe her family probably very supportive of her and wanted her to rid herself of that situation. And authorities were likely involved. They knew about the toxic relationship that they were in, but unfortunately it wasn't broken. So I understand why her family feels like that.
But Harmon wouldn't be the only person charged in the case. We need to take a month. The second person was charged in connection with the case. On April 19th, Brian Alexander Hampton Jr. turned himself in on charges of being an accessory after the murder. Hampton is reportedly Daniel Harmon's cousin. Authorities say Hampton knew about Jamila's death, and once he found out, helped his cousin by providing transportation, a cell phone, and assisted in the disposal of Jamila's remains. And earlier this month, a third man was arrested in connection to Jamila's murder. Authorities arrested Clyde James Henley II, also charging him with being an accessory after the fact. Officials say Henley was an associate of Daniel Harmon and helped dispose of Jamila's body.
I think they probably, unfortunately, as terrible as it sounds,
just like I don't, y'all. I'm not helping, okay? I'm not helping a friend dispose of a body. I'm not. I have too much, empathy to do that. I don't care. Even if it's my best friend, I have too much empathy for, that person who lost their life to, help dispose of anything. It's just so sad that this, they should have went to the police. And it wouldn't have taken 5 months. it shouldn't have happened, and I never understood. I always say I don't understand. I just don't understand. Y'all know some. I talked to my sister about a case I talked about, and she was saying the same thing. She was like, I just don't understand. And she's a psychology major. She was like, she don't understand how people could just kill in general. And I was like, girl, I can't either. It's like, it's happening so recent now. Like, it's so recent and so common now that I feel like people are just getting numb to it, and you wake up and be like, oh, I wonder who died today. I actually do that. Like, that's how common it is, y'all. But man, this could have definitely been avoided. Justice system, they definitely play a part, because they don't do enough for domestic violence victims. That's what it is. They don't do enough. That's what that is.
They may have mutilated the body to try to discard of her person, right? I don't know. We'll learn more about that, but I think that's probably why it took some time. Aiken, South Carolina, Aiken County is a rural area. You also was right near the Georgia line, so there's a lot of areas that people could hide things, whether it's in the woods, fields. I don't know all the details. I really hate just seeing how beautiful of a person she was, her losing her life, painting these details. But there's plenty of places that these individuals could have attempted to hide the evidence of the murder.
So could Henley and Hampton turn against Harmon and testify against him if the case goes to trial? Bailey says possibly. I
definitely think they could. I think that's probably their one. Depending on how solid this evidence is probably their best option is to testify, to turn state's witness and admit to the fact that they did provide assistance, but they can shed information about what happened and how things went down.
Bailey says he doesn't see prosecutors offering a deal to Harmon.
I see these cases going to trial. I think with the attention on it, I think depending on how solid the evidence is, I see no reason that the prosecutors would offer a plea deal that would be advantageous to take. Maybe they would say, give them the max or take a year off. In that situation, I know that the defense attorney and defendant will likely say they'll go to trial. I highly doubt that there's going to be any serious offer.
I hope it do go to trial. They're going to bring up the video. They're going to bring up his past history, all this, how the family, they're all going to testify how abusive he was, how they knew it, that she knew it was him. He's going away for life. I hope it's life, okay? And they need to say that there was nothing done, and, like, there's so much violence he had. Like, this dude is angry. And I don't know what's making him angry. Look at his childhood, too. I don't know what make these people do this stuff. I don't know. But I always say go back to childhood, because that tells you a lot.
I think that the family would need that type of closure as well. Is opening those wounds, but also holding the defendants accountable. But I just knowing the area, knowing that circuit, knowing the judges and lawyers over there, the prosecutors, I just don't see this case ending anything short of a trial.
But with the evidence seemingly pointing toward Harmon, Bailey says it could be a difficult case for the defense.
I mean, the only other tactic you could take in this case is either one, self-defense somehow, which I don't see the facts leading towards that, or two, you didn't do it. The state's not able to meet their burden in proving the evidence beyond a reasonable doubt, that there's some hiccups, whether it's improper searches, a shoddy investigation, just try to attack every little piece of the case to say that the state eyeballed him from the day because they knew they had a bad relationship, admit that there was domestic violence that they previously had, but that doesn't mean he murdered his ex-girlfriend in this situation. That's the only defense you can make. Now, is it successful? I don't know. I highly doubt it, but that's what I would try to make. You have a mother. She was a beautiful young lady who lost her life. She had 2 children as well. And already just the makeup, jurors are more conservative. They're more supportive of course, law enforcement, they're protecting women in this situation. And then you're going to have, not only do you have the defendant who's being accused of the kidnapping and murder, you have the accessories after the fact. I think that also plays into this. It's highly covered in the press. So a lot of people know about this tragic loss of Miss Smith's life.
That'll be so hard to prove. Even if their defense is that he didn't do it, blood in the trunk, history, the two witnesses that said that they was with him, done deal. He's going to jail. And I want to watch this trial too. I got so many trials I need to watch. Everything I'm doing, y'all. It's just it's so sad. Like I always say, everything is sad, but this is sad. It's just that, like, she was so pretty, and everybody, I hear everybody keep saying it, but yeah, she was so beautiful. 2 kids. I thought she just had one. Now they have no mother. People don't think when they take a life. They're angry in the moment, and they're just ready to get rid of them. Not knowing what they like, not knowing that, like, they're taking somebody and leaving behind a lot. This woman had a whole, like, she had kids who now they don't have a mother. I don't know if he's the father or not, but it's like now they have no one, but they have their, their family, grandmas and aunts and stuff. It's sad, and that the family know that the history of this dude. I hope he go to jail for life. I don't like killers in general. I don't have sympathy for him. I don't care if mental stuff played a part. I don't have sympathy for anybody that take a life so gruesomely. And the fact then they do the most trying to hide it. You get what, it's a thing called karma. That's all I'm going to say. So I hope you guys enjoyed this video. This was really a sad one. It's just, I think domestic violence is sad in general. But I feel like police really, well, not just police, the justice system, they really need to look into it more and take care of these people, because I feel like it's a 50-50, probably 70-20 or 70-30, that it always goes wrong at the end. I feel like it always escalates, and that's what you never want. It always escalates. Like, domestic violence is showing these people are angry and they end up taking it to another level. And I just don't know how to, like, people really need to study that more, because they're not doing a good job of protecting it. So on that note, I will see you guys in the video. Don't forget to like, comment, share, and subscribe. Turn on your notifications for more. I will see you guys on the next video. Bye.